For more insight, we now welcome retired Colonel Dr. Jacques Neriah, the former Deputy Head of Assessment in the Israeli Military Intelligence and former Foreign Policy Advisor to Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, joining us from Tel Aviv. Jacques, thank you so much as always for your time. So security forces are on alert amidst this terror wave. Another terror attack thwarted, as we've just been discussing earlier in this broadcast. More threats out of Palestinian terror groups. Your security assessment of how things stand in the region right now at the start of Ramadan?
Well, after having looked at the events this last 10 days, finally something is appearing. This is mainly an effort conducted by the Islamic Jihad, an organization, Palestinian organization, financed and trained by Iran. And certainly there's a reason for what's happening. It's not directly linked to the Ramadan, but rather let's look a bit behind and see that the whole scene begins with the killing attributed to Israel of two high-ranking Iranian officers in Syria, and then afterwards immediately you have a salvo of missiles fired by Iran towards Erbil, so-called a Mossad outpost, and now it comes the revival of terrorist attacks against Israel. This is definitely one of the expressions of the Iranian-Israeli confrontation, and definitely we are facing here a heightened situation where Iranians are pushing forwards in order to create havoc inside Israel.
Jacques, why is Gaza quiet then? What is the strategy that Hamas is playing, or rather not playing, at this juncture?
Look, at this point in time, Hamas is interested in reconstructing the Gaza Strip. There are enormous efforts being invested in Gaza, monies and equipment, and the Egyptian companies and Qatari companies in order to rebuild what was destroyed during the confrontation last May. So I think that before even thinking of initiating any response against Israel or any initiative against Israel, they have to think very well what is at stake. Are they going to sacrifice again the infrastructure of Gaza, again the tunnels and all what is being built, or wait for better occasion? Right now, if they are not provoked, I believe that they prefer to wait and see what's going on around.
3 recent terror attacks in the space of a week, Jacques, in Israel. The public is being urged to be vigilant as well. There are several festivals coming up. There's Ramadan, there is Easter, and there is Passover. What kind of messaging do you think leaders should be sharing right now with people across this region?
Well, first and foremost, we have to be very vigilant. As you said earlier, we have, the best weapon against terrorism is to be vigilant and to be on the defensive. The fact that the Prime Minister asked people to carry their weapons, for those who have the licenses for carrying weapons, is exactly something that is very, very felt in the street, because most of the attacks can be thwarted by people who have weapons. So the idea is to be vigilant and to wait for and to let the Shabak work and exploit its technologies.
Thank you so much, retired Colonel Dr. Jacques Neriah. Always appreciate your insights. Thank you.